Polish till you shine. My name is Kobby, and this is Start Talk with Kobby. Today I'm located inside a big mansion. And your hotel, it'll be fair, and I want to say a big thank you to Joseph Amino, production head, and also to Jojo Khalifa. On Start Talk with Kobby today, I'm going to interview the man Enoch Nanaya Odro. He's a Ghanaian rapper, alias aka Trigmatic. Stick and stay. Yes, so my guest today is Trigmatic. Initially, I said that he's a rapper because he came into the music industry, introducing to us his rap skills. But now, he's like a full-blown musician. Like, his musicianship skills when it comes to writing, composition, dynamism, instrumentation, content seems to, blow the minds of people. People like me who understand music. How you doing, Trig?
I'm good, boss.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Now, first of all, how is the family doing?
They're doing great and amazing. Yeah, everybody is fine. The kids are home now, so they tend to worry you every now and then, but it's a beautiful experience. Yeah.
Kids or kid? Do you have to or you have
I have
one?
to, yeah.
You have to?
Yeah.
Wow. I see. Amazing. And how do you balance? Have your... Well, I know your wife has come to understand that you are a celebrity. How does she take that? Going out, moving out, and the woman and the work and all that.
Well,
how does she manage that?
Oh, Charlie. She's human, so once a while the human bit of her, comes in. But one thing I respect about her is that she respects what I do, and we knew each other before. Getting into this, so she knew what she was getting into, and I respect her opinions when she finds something as a problem, So I think mentally she was prepared before. So I must say, when it comes to my work, she doesn't really interfere. In fact, she helps even with the management stuff. Even though my management team she's part of the management team actually. So she's pretty much okay with what I do. Yeah.
Now, what's your philosophy in life?
My philosophy in life is, seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all other things will be added unto you.
And what's your vision?
Well, my vision, I always say my vision is really big. My vision is to find myself in an era where Africa will be truly independent. Independence of so many things. My vision is to be a part of the revolution where we would see African industry rise up to feed the world. That might seem too big or too huge or impossible, but it is possible if Africans decide to pay attention to Africa.
Amazing. Now, you came in the industry, noted, for you've been a rapper, and when you mentioned Trigmatic, bars are bars. Metaphor, wordplay, you had all this in your composition.
Yeah.
From that time, inception till date, looking back, what is the state of the Ghana music industry?
Well, I must be honest, a lot has changed. The state of the industry, it could do better. It could do better. It's not the best. Nonetheless, the talents are not giving up on themselves, and that's one thing you can identify when you look at the Ghanaian music scene. Talents, amazing. Like, you always see somebody with some new skill, but the wheel to keep them going is where the problem lies. Most of them tend to get frustrated at a point and give up. Labels come in, a few years and they fold up. I really respect labels that stayed for over 10, 15 years. Publishers come in and they realize the market is not giving them the money they expected. People come in and they realize that expertise is taken for granted. So, Charlie, it's like throwing your money, in the air. But like I said, it's like a manpower kind of thing. It's like a jungle, but we're entering into the world where systems must work. So if you are in an industry where the systems are not working, you might put in all of your best. but you get little. You know, and it's not because you are not doing much. You're doing much, but the system is not thriving. So automatically you won't thrive, you know, and so that's why you see few people making money or few people making what they're supposed to make. And even with that, if you do like an inside check, you realize that probably they're looking at different streams of revenue. I mean, and that includes me. You know, sometimes I say that if I didn't pay attention to the other streams of revenue, what would have happened? You know, so the industry in itself, stakeholders in the industry are trying. They're doing their best. Yourself, myself, the guys behind the camera, the sound guys, everybody's putting in work. But they're not getting what is due them. And it's not because they're not working hard enough. It's because we haven't paid attention to structures.
Now, we keep saying, and this conversation will be like but we've said it countless times.
Yeah.
Systems, structures,
Yeah.
systems, structures. People come and go, I want you to be honest with me and, Ghanaians.
Yeah.
What should be the revolution? What should be that change? What should be applied to change that narrative, to fix that system and structure?
I mean, what could be done is to fix the system and
By
structure.
who? Which people? When you say stakeholders, which people? Because you already have leaders there who are not even working.
So unfortunately in Ghana, the only body responsible for management of our royalties, collecting our royalties and distributing our royalties is GHAMRO. And I always say that I personally don't see why when musicians complain, a company that has gone, they themselves gone to take a license to want to serve a particular people, personalize the complaints that the people you're serving do. You know, I think it's about time they faced the critics. They faced the problem. So one, GHAMRO, there must be an overhaul. There must be a total overhaul. We are migrated to a digital space. And if to date, you have to register, if you want to register with GHAMRO itself, because that's where we can start from. According to GHAMRO, you have to be a member to collect your royalties from them. Now, but they are collecting not royalties, monies. They are collecting monies on behalf of all musicians. And the current CEO, which is Kyei, confirmed this in an interview. However, for you to be able to tap into that, you must be a member. But if you lived in Tamale, you would still have to come to Accra to be able to register, which causes an inconvenience. So if it was you, Kobby, because then because at the end of the day, you understand. So you see, and this is what technology is. People think technology is just maybe computer based on anything that gives you easy accessibility or brings you efficiency is technology. You understand? So that somebody can't see, but they have lenses. That's technology. So the technology you have to apply there is that go on the internet, make sure you make a portal available where I can just be in Tamale, go on, put in my details, and be able to sign on, which is done everywhere. I should be able to sit anywhere in the world as a GHAMRO member and access my statements.
Great.
I should be able to connect my account to my GHAMRO account, where when my royalties come in, it's sent into.
Straight.
Plus, I get detailed information on what informed this. So that, Kobby, if I am a record label, I'm an artist, and I get Universal, and Universal wants to sign me, they know that, okay, you are worth this and that based on your figures. Even in Ghana, where majority of us are operating indie labels and signed ourselves to them and other artists, you realize that nothing informs your promotional plan. So if you have 50,000, you should. I was listening to an interview, I've forgotten, by one of these artists in the States, and he said something profound. He said, if your money for promotion, if the money you have for promotion is not more than the money you have for your production, then it's a no-go area. Because then you shoot an expensive video, and then you don't have money to promote it.
Na academy.
Na academy. So you have a dope video, but sikana would be a promotion, you know, it's not
Promotion
there.
budget should be heavier than.
It should be heavier than your production budget. Or if you have a production budget, then you must have twice for your promotion. You understand? So these are all fine details that must be there. Like, for instance, if you want to put your video on certain stations, you have to pay money. You know, that's like, I have to pay for you to air content. You need on your medium, and they know it. And these are industry players, and they've been there for years, and they've been painted as messiahs of the industry. So it's not easy to touch them. It's difficult to touch them. And
why is it difficult to touch them? Recently, when Reggie Mboli and a few industry players, I mean, and I think you're also part, saying that let's change the narrative. I mean, Alliance for Change in the Ghana music industry, and Rex Omar, and I stand to be corrected if that is coming from his original Facebook page, saying that, I mean, he's heard that people are coming to save, the messiahs are coming. I mean, what do you have to say to that? Someone who is also a member, and I mean, someone heard in GHAMRO.
You know, I would say it was a statement of emotion. Yes, I'll pardon him for that, because, like I said, it's like, and always the language has been, oh, but they are ignorant and they don't know what's happening. You see, Kobby, so we are na uko hospital. Say your doctor and him say one your doctor, but obisa say DNA yo. That's because they need to. You need to explain to them before they can understand where you're going. But say me yare na me catch say me yare. I will say one your doctor until me catch say yare. So when you say I'm ignorant, I don't need to know what's happening in your office. I'm concerned about how I am making money.
That is how you're expressing your feelings.
That's how I'm expressing my feelings. You understand? Nonetheless, take it that I'm ignorant. Your plan is to make money for me, or is to collect money on my behalf. Why is it that banks and all other financial companies put out things like how to save, planning your financial whatever, and all these things? Because they want to raise awareness. They want to create awareness. They also want to create the need to want you to come and save with them. So what have you done to make the average musician realize, and I'm talking about visibility, realize that, oh, Charlie, I really need to take my royalties serious. So if you go on that tangent and say that, oh, they are ignorant, they don't know anything, they are ignorant, they don't know anything, and I've seen most of that. I find that very insulting, because then look, where's the school? Fanny say where's the school? Me person may use a group of people be Fanny say where's the school where area man for them pay education. And unti bisawa said I didn't go for school as a how mon parties ya. But ubetia water bill, ubetia light bill, ubetia teachers every day. So then you need to give them reason to come to your school. It's as simple as that.
Amazing. But the government seems not to pay attention to the creative arts. They don't even see us serious. Why?
Yeah, because Kobby, I'm in Ghana. I mean, yes, I've been to the UK a couple of times. I don't live there. Let's assume that I've never been there. I'm in Ghana. But I'm giving you some stats. In the UK, the music industry employs 190 million people in that space, okay? Now, it brings them an income. Music tourism brings them about 2.5 million pounds. They are able to make close to, and this is just music tourism, the music industry in itself made about over 9 billion pounds. What have I done? I've given you information. Everybody deals, or every serious entity would deal with data. Where lies our data? What is happening in the industry? Let's forget about governments. Let's look at private investors. If they are coming in, they would need some information. Now, the system to collect that data is not there.
Working.
So how do I know that the $50 million do you know the number of people who have, when I was on radio, I've had people who come to me and say, oh, I have my nephew. I want to help him. Me wobeye $100 million. And I thought, I mean, let's say me will be 100,000 Ghana cedis da ho. But me pay in fast one me the shame me dey nyes kan ba say offer. I mean kind of cringe.
This is a show. This is
I just hate it. I hate it. Now the obo shows na ubetimi atiti film. But you see, if the data was there, if the data was there, you know that okay, this and this and this and this. You get a financial consultant. They look at the stats. They advise you.
Yes.
Okay, so put in this. You will get this. Do that. Do that. Do that. And you know that
5 years. So within 2 years.
Because you see, when you look at the world scope, 50% of monies from the music industry comes from performances. 50%. And then the other 50 comes from the music being played, i.e., whether social media or traditional media. So 50% is just based on that. Now, the 50% now is based on the music and then the streaming and all these things. You don't have a guarantee. You do not know how you are going to make your money back. Some of us, sometimes, I don't want to say thrown money away, but you've made some investment that you know, say, and share back. And that's what that's so if government even will give us grants, my question is how are they going to disperse it? And how they will give the modalities, yes. But and then if you pass it, based on what criteria, you understand what is the reach? How many people currently, as I speak with you, the Music in Africa, the AU is giving out grants for musicians. They are giving grants. They have access to certain information. Go on the CISAC website. You will realize that when they were collecting information to inform them the impact of COVID on the African music industry, they did get some information from Ghana, but it wasn't concrete. So when you look at the figures, when it comes to us, they've written non-applicable. But we just became members to CISAC. We just joined CISAC. So you understand, the data is not there.
Per this explanation, means that we have a long way to go.
Oh, yeah. But you see, it's not really long. Oh. It's not long.
No, because people are bringing the change and other people from the other side are sabotaging.
No,
and it should be a collective effort. It should be a united front.
Yes, but I'm happy that since Alliance came in, GHAMRO has now said that they want to sit for us to talk about some of these things and also take practical steps. But we've known the patterns in the past. So, I mean, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt because, I mean, they also aired a few challenges that they have, which is why I said that if they knew all these things within their company, they should have said that long time ago. But we thank God, dialogues always bring things out.
Exactly.
So they've come out to say, okay, let's have a meeting, let's sit down, let's look at the problems. We tell you where we've reached as a company. You also tell us where and how you want. And these are things that should have happened long time ago. But we thank God it's a good step. I think that it will be written down. It's historical that, I mean, at least Ghanaian musicians got to interact with GHAMRO. I was in a meeting with the Honorable Minister for Tourism and a Minister for Information and Stoneboy, FIA, EL, and a few other people. We had a very productive conversation. So yes, government has begun to pay attention to us. But like I said, we know the patterns. So we are looking for timelines. We are not looking for stories and you will do this and then 10 years, now the thing is the Ghanaian musician is struggling.
The Ghanaian musician is struggling. Now, my last question then, we'll be done with this conversation, a very productive one. Now, there seems to be a lot of negativity in our media space. And a typical case study is when Wendy Shea was on a platform and a presenter was just putting to her several times, one particular question. I mean, God, Wendy Shea very fused up to just walk out from the interview. If you were in the shoes of Wendy Shea, how would you have reacted?
Oh, me knowing myself, I speak my mind. But I'm very diplomatic in most of my deliveries. I will speak my mind, but I don't think I'll continue the interview if he was still pushing like the way she pushed her. I think she even waited too long.
How will you define Nana Romeo's character as a media person? Because you are also a media person. Yeah. You've been in the space of being a radio presenter before. How will you describe that action?
I think, I don't know, but I think for me, the first time I saw the video, I was asking myself, probably it's part of a grand scheme to get traffic.
For who?
For himself, his station, because I also asked myself, who has been releasing these videos? Is it from their team or is it from Wendy Shea's team? So obviously there's that conscious effort to get numbers, and that in itself is very problematic. And yeah, because who posted the video? Because I think it probably came from their page or whatnot.
Yes.
And it's sad. It's sad because an entity such as them, you put in a lot of investment, and then you downplay the human structure of your company. You don't know what you are doing. Like I always say, and you know, to answer the first question, because I think I've answered the second one. Because I don't want to attack his character. I don't know him in person, so I don't. But I think professionally it was wrong. You are at liberty to ask any question, but once the person you're interviewing reacts and says that I'm not comfortable answering this, and you leave it there. That's just mutual respect. That's just having respect for the person's opinion. You leave it there, and then that's it. Now you're going further to say I have evidence, and do you want me to play it? And what's that supposed to do? Is it like, let me say, if it was me, I'm sure we wouldn't have ended it like this. I'm sure, say, I'll consult. I think Wendy should still go ahead and speak with her attorneys or something, and see how they can probe further into it. Was it attempt to damage her personality, or to and he says he has evidence, even if it's just a coincidental video or whatever that puts out, we know the source, because currently as it is, the guy claims he has evidence. So if it's untrue, then I think Wendy should not take it for granted. Go out and do the necessary reports and make sure that what clear will home. Then when any video surfaces, the police and the law knows where to go. Yeah.
Now back to my first question. When you go to other countries, yes, negativity. I mean,
it's there.
but they used to, the energy is focused on the more of the positive, even though there's negative. But here, the Ghanaian media space to be in the way you say, stations are just all about traffic because they want to trend on certain paths.
Okay, so Kobby, I will answer your question with a question, and then I'll continue.
Because YFM is not noted for that.
Yeah, I'll answer your question with a question, and
Okay.
then you continue. Look at the genocide in Rwanda. Because somebody sat down and said, these people are cockroaches. Look at certain statements that has brought uprising. Look at certain blogs that people have written. So when an industry such as that do not have a realization, they do not have a direction or an intentional agenda, if you don't cut an agenda for them, everybody does anything. And of course, we have independence, we have freedom, we have liberty. And we have laws that gives us room to operate as we are operating. So all I'm saying is that we need an agenda. Even America will not allow you to probably, if not for social media, there are certain things you wouldn't have heard about America. You understand? So the media they should know their importance. You see, they forget that you are giving a report. What is a report? A report is you giving me an account of something that has happened or is happening. We are propagating this, that this party is evil. That is what we must go on, or this party is good. And that becomes the message. So what is Ghanaian media propagating about our creative arts industry? Let me just add something small. When you come to Ghana and the radio stations in Ghana, we are competing with Nigeria and then a little bit of the rest of the world. When you go to the Nigeria charts, it's Nigeria. When you go to South Africa, it's South Africa and a little bit from the Western world, maybe 2 or 3. I think Lady Gaga is really doing well. It was even there that I realized that, look, Akwaboah's song has been, like for the past 1 week, because I've been on the monitoring for the past 1 week, has been one of the most rotated songs. But I'm sure Akwaboah will probably be sitting there and thinking, hey, yeah, momentum. So these are the information I'm talking about. So that when an artist has access to this information, it helps him with investment. It helps him with Charlie, which song to even shoot a video for, where to take it, which stations to capitalize on when it comes to promotion and all of that. You know, so this is what we are fighting for.
Charlie, how many timely basis? So much information shared today, knowledge. I think that I should be visiting you once every month, so that
I appreciate that.
There's so much here.
Yeah.
I
tell you.
But I think that Ghanaians will appreciate this very beautiful short interview. I've had with you. Your final message to Ghanaians and those watching us from the diaspora as well.
I just want to say, Charlie, Ghana is a beautiful place, in as much as we've spoken about the negatives, because I don't think these are negatives. I think these are key topics that we have to highlight to even make Ghana better. I mean, last year we had the year of return, and a lot of people trooped in. But the question is, how much did Ghanaian creatives make out of the year of return? Yes, the government had announced a certain figure, but how much went into the creative art, and how much did the creators make from that? So from painters to literary writers and all those people, how much are they making? And composers, songwriters, and all of that. So I just want to say, let's take this issue of, I would say, brand Ghana very, very important. It's very, very important. I also want to throw my support to Black Lives Matter, but most importantly, I want to say, because we matter, it's about time we build the black industries. We build the things that empowers us as black people, so that, because if I own the media space, you don't tell me which content to put on there. So as a race or as a people, we must start an agenda to grow our people such that we own the industries that rule and control the world. We need a lot of black scientists. We need a lot of black politicians. We need a lot of black policy makers. We need a lot of black medical doctors. We need people building industries that support the race. That's the only way we can be on the table and not be told to clean the crumbs. That's what I have.
You have
to
new
say.
music coming out soon?
Yep. In fact, I have new video coming from the new album, The Eighth Element. Check out The Eighth Element on all streaming sites. Unfortunately, it's really rare and difficult to get it for free, because you have to buy it. So I mean, go on Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Boomplay, and all of that. Is a beautiful masterpiece. I have the video with currently, There's My Life is out, Where We Go is out, but we will release the video with Joby. And then the other one with Riala, we're working on a production. So we're putting it together to go. We'll shoot in Fonzie. So I get to see the place for the first time. And I have a new single that I'm currently recording with Kelvin Boy. Because, I record live. So it takes a while. But the song is done. I'm just waiting for his verse. And then we're good to go.
I like the fact that he said, now I record live. I think that over the period, he's come to understand what music is. And if you want to really match up to the international front, you need to do some quality music, quality production, content. And I mean, let me also say that congratulations on that album. I think that very beautiful piece. Like I said, the composition, the production, timeless record that in 20 years to come, your children will be proud that Daddy was able to compose such an amazing piece.
Thank you.
My name is Kobby Kyei. You have to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Kobby Kyei News Live. God bless you, and polished television. This is Start Talk with Kobby Kyei. Let's promote good content. When you see beautiful interviews like such with the man Trigmatic and other celebrities, use the same energy to also share for your friends to learn knowledge. God bless you guys. Big thank you to Joseph Amino, to Jojo Khalifa, and all the guys out there supporting the movement. God bless you. Bye.